Welcome to Italy's Cinque Terre. Imagine a place where colourful houses hang onto steep cliffs. The sparkly blue sea stretches out below. This is Cinque Terre. It means the five lands in Italian. These are five small fishing villages tucked into the rough coast of the Italian Riviera. For hundreds of years, these villages were pretty much cut off from the world. You could only get to them by boat or by paths donkeys used. Being so cut off helped keep them special and charming. Today, Cinque Terre is a dream trip for lots of people. It's in a part of Italy called Liguria. It's not far from big cities like Genoa and Pisa, but it feels like a whole different world, away from all the busy tourist spots. This area is so special. It's a UNESCO World Heritage site. That means it's recognized for its amazing land and how people have lived there. People here have shaped the land for over 1,000 years. They built steps on the hills, called terraces for farming, and made their own special way of life. This makes Cinque Terre more than just pretty. It's like a history book you can walk through. And when you visit Cinque Terre, it's like stepping right into a postcard. The villages are painted in bright, happy colours. You'll see pinks, yellows and oranges. These colours really pop against the green hills and look beautiful next to the deep blue Mediterranean Sea. Each village has its own feel. You'll find tiny harbours full of fishing boats and narrow, twisty streets that make you want to go explore. The air smells like salt basil, that yummy Italian herb, and fresh focaccia bread. This trip through Cinque Terre is an adventure. It's a chance to slow down, enjoy simple beauty, and see an old way of life. Get ready to fall in love with its rough coast, meet its friendly people, and taste its fresh food and wine. Cinque Terre isn't just a place to look at, it's a place to feel. It's an experience that will stick with you long after you go home. Come on, let's go check out these 5 gems together. The coast of Cinque Terre is really amazing. It looks like a beautiful artwork made by nature. Big cliffs drop straight down into the Ligurian Sea. The water here is super clear and a pretty blue-green color that makes you want to jump in. Waves crash against the rocky shores and you can find little secret beaches in hidden spots. This rough land has made the villages and the people who live here special. They've learned to live peacefully with this strong land. This is a place that's wild and naturally beautiful. The 5 villages of Cinque Terre look like they shouldn't even be able to stand there, built right on the steep cliffs. Houses look like they're piled up like colorful building blocks holding on to the side of the cliff. Lots of them look right out over the shiny sea. Imagine waking up to the sound of waves and seeing nothing but blue sea and sky from your window. This is what it's like every day for the lucky people who live there. Building these villages was an amazing thing to do and showed how much people can do when they set their minds to it. Look up at the hills above the villages and you will see something amazing. The land is covered in steps that people made, called sien in the local language. Farmers built these steps by hand over hundreds of years. They used a special way of piling stones carefully without any cement. On these skinny bits of land they grow grapes for wine, olives and fruits like lemons and oranges. These steps help stop the dirt from sliding down the hills. They show how hard people worked and how smart they were. Living in Cinque Terre means you have to respect nature's power. The sea can be calm and beautiful, but it can also be wild and stormy. The steep hills can wash away easily. The people here feel very close to the land and sea. They know it's beautiful, but also that it can be tough. This land is not just pretty to look at, it's a really important part of life in Cinque Terre. It affects everything, from how they farm to how they fish, and it makes the place special and unforgettable. Monterosso al Mare is the biggest of the 5 villages, and it feels a bit different from its neighbours. It's the village furthest to the west. It feels more like a vacation spot, so lots of people like to visit it. Monterosso has 2 main parts, the old town and the new town called Fagina. A short tunnel connects these 2 areas, so it's easy to walk between them. You'll find more space here than in the other villages. What many people love most about Monterosso are its beaches. It has the longest sandy beach in all of Cinque Terre, perfect for swimming and soaking up the sun. The main beach in Fagina is big and makes you want to relax there. You can rent colourful umbrellas and lounge chairs. There is also a smaller beach in the old town. Near Fagina, you'll see the Statua del Gigante, a giant statue of Neptune, the sea god. It looks like he's holding up the cliff on his shoulders. It's quite a sight. The old town in Monterosso is super charming, with its narrow old streets called Caruggi. You can check out old buildings like the Church of San Giovanni Battista. It has black and white stripes on the outside, which is a special style from this area. There are lots of little shops selling handmade things. You'll also find cute cafes and restaurants where you can eat fresh seafood or try yummy things made with local lemons. Lots and lots of lemons grow here. Monterosso is a bit more relaxed and the hills aren't as steep as in the other villages, so it's easier to walk around, especially if you have bags or find it hard to walk a lot. It's a great spot to stay if you want to explore the other Cinque Terre villages, because you can easily get trains or boats from here. Even though it has new things, it still feels like an old, historic town. Monterosso gives you a bit of everything: sunshine, sea, sand, and a taste of what life is like in this part of Italy. Lots of people think Vernazza is the prettiest of the 5 villages, and it's easy to see why. When you arrive, you feel like you've stepped into a painting. The village is built around a small, natural harbour where colourful boats float up and down in the clear water. The main square, called Piazza Marconi, opens right up to the harbour. This is the centre of Vernazza, a busy place where people come together to eat, drink and hang out. It is a perfect spot for people watching. There are no cars in Vernazza, which makes it extra peaceful and charming. The only sounds are people talking, waves gently hitting the shore, and sometimes a church bell. The main street, Via Roma, goes up from the harbour. It's full of little shops and cafes. You can buy things made nearby, try some yummy gelato, or just walk around and enjoy the feeling of the place. The houses are painted in the old traditional colours of this area, like light pinks, yellows and reds. It looks amazing. Looking over the harbour is the Doria Castle with its round watchtower called Belfort. This castle is super old, from the 11th century. It was built to keep the village safe from pirates. You can climb to the top of the tower for awesome views of the whole village, the coast and the sea. Another important spot is the Church of Santa Margherita d'Antiochia. It's right on the edge of the harbour. Its bell tower has 8 sides and looks really special. Vernazza just feels magical. It's busy but also super relaxing. You'll want to stay for a while. Find a seat at an outdoor cafe, enjoy a glass of local wine and watch the fishing boats come and go. Check out the narrow side streets. They often take you to secret spots with pretty views. Vernazza really shows you what Cinque Terre is all about. It's like a jewel on the coast, a place you'll remember for a long time. Section 5. Corniglia, the tranquil village atop the promontory. Corniglia is different from the other Cinque Terre villages. It's in a special spot. It's the only village not built right by the sea. Instead, Corniglia sits way up high on a piece of land that sticks out about 100 meters above the water. This makes it feel different. It feels quieter and more hidden away. It's all around by those stepped vineyards we talked about. The views from here are just amazing. You can see the coast stretching out for miles and the huge blue sea. To reach Corniglia, you have a bit of a climb. If you come by train, the station is down by the water. From there, you have to climb the Ladarina. This is a long brick staircase. It has 33 flights and a total of 382 steps. It zigzags up the hillside. The climb can be tough, but the views on the way up are worth it, or you can take a small shuttle bus from the train station. It takes you up to the village centre. That's a good idea if you want to save your energy. Corniglia village is charming and cosy. It has really narrow, twisty little streets. These are called carughi. They twist and turn between the old stone houses. You will find small, peaceful squares. There are little shops selling handmade things and local food. The main street is Via Fieschi. It leads to the Belvedere di Santa Maria. This is a spot where you can see all around. It has amazing views of the sea. The Church of San Pietro is another cool thing to see. It's a great example of the old building style from this area. Corniglia gives you a calmer feeling. It is often less crowded than the other villages. This makes it a great place to get away from it all. You can enjoy life at a slower speed, walk through its quiet streets, listen to the sounds of nature. Look at all the vineyards around it. These vineyards make the famous local white wine. Corniglia is a peaceful spot for people who want quiet. It gives you a different way to see how beautiful Cinque Terre is. It's like a little hideaway on a hill. Section 6, Manarola, iconic vistas and ancient vineyards. Manarola is one of the oldest villages in Cinque Terre. It's also one of the most popular places for pictures. It's famous for being so beautiful. The village is built on a high rock 70 meters above the sea. Colorful houses look like they're tumbling down towards a small harbor. This famous view is known all over the world. You have probably seen it on postcards and travel posters. Seeing it in person is even more magical. The sight of the bright buildings next to the deep blue sea is something you won't forget. To get that perfect photo, head to Punta Bonfiglio. This photo spot is on the path that goes towards Corniglia. From here, you can look back at Manarola. All the light-colored houses together look amazing, especially when the sun sets. The colors become warm and golden. It's a favorite place for people taking pictures and for couples. The harbor is small but very pretty. There is no real beach, but you can swim off the rocks or watch the local kids dive into the clear water. Manarola is also famous for its wine, especially a sweet wine called Cinque Terre. People have been making this special sweet wine here for hundreds of years. The hills around Manarola are covered with those stepped vineyards. Growing grapes on these steep hills is hard work. It is all done by hand. You can learn more about how they do it. Visit the small local wine museum, or even better, try some Cinque Terre at a local wine shop. It's a real taste of this area. The charm of Manarola is charming in more ways than just its famous view. Walk up its narrow streets, you'll find the Church of San Lorenzo. It was built way back in 1338. At Christmas time, Manarola has a giant nativity scene, the story of Christmas. It's spread all over the hillside. It's lit up with thousands of lights. This looks amazing. Manarola was also where the Via dell'Amore started. This famous path, called Lover's Lane, connects to Riomaggiore. It's often closed because of falling rocks, but people still talk about how special it is. Manarola is a romantic place with old traditions. Section 7, Riomaggiore, steep streets and a vibrant harbour. Riomaggiore is the village furthest to the east in Cinque Terre. It's often the first one people see, especially if they're coming from a town called La Spezia. The village is built in a steep, narrow valley. Colourful, tall houses line the narrow valley. They look like they're climbing up the rocky hills. The main street, Via Colombo, goes down the middle. It's a busy, lively place. Here you will find shops, restaurants and bars. It's where you see everyday life happening in Riomaggiore. The harbour in Riomaggiore is super pretty. It's a small bay cut into the rocks. Colourful fishing boats are tied up here. They're pulled up on a little ramp when they're not being used. The tall, light-coloured houses surround the harbour. They make it look amazing. This is a great place to relax. You can watch the boats or go for a quick swim in the clear water. There's a small beach with pebbles nearby. It is perfect for enjoying the sun. Higher up from the main village, you can explore more. Lots of steep stairs and little paths go up. You'll find the old part of Riomaggiore. The castle of Riomaggiore sits high on a hill. It was built in the 13th century. It has views all around of the village and the sea. The church of San Giovanni Battista is also cool to see. It was built in 1340. Its beautiful round window, like a rose, is really special. Walking around these higher parts is quieter. Riomaggiore feels lively and full of energy. It's a real fishing village, but it's also very friendly to visitors. It's like the entrance to Cinque Terre for many people. Many hiking trails start or end here. The famous Via dell'Amore path starts in Riomaggiore. It leads to Manarola. Even though it's been closed sometimes, people still think of it as a romantic walk. Riomaggiore is a lively way to start your trip. It shows off the steep, beautiful views and colourful charm. This is what the whole Cinque Terre area is like. Section 8, exploring by foot the famous coastal trails. One of the best ways to see Cinque Terre is by walking. Old paths connect the 5 villages. These trails twist and turn through the amazing scenery. They have awesome views everywhere you look. For hundreds of years, these were the main roads. People used them to travel and trade things between villages. Walking these paths is like stepping back in time. You're walking where many people walked long ago. It's a really great thing to do when you visit. The most famous trail is the Sentiero Azzurro. This is also known as the Blue Trail, or Trail number 2. It goes right along the coast. It directly connects all 5 villages. The trail has 4 parts. Each part goes between 2 villages. Some parts are pretty easy, others can be steep and tough. You'll find narrow paths on cliffs and lots of steps. The part from Riomaggiore to Manarola is called Via dell'Amore. It is the easiest and shortest part, but always check if the trails are open and safe before you go. Some parts might be closed because of bad weather or if they're fixing them. So, what will you see when you're hiking? Get ready for beauty that will take your breath away. The trails always have views of the sparkly Mediterranean Sea. You'll walk through those stepped vineyards. Olive trees grow on the steep hills. Wildflowers make everything colorful in the spring. You might see lizards running around the rocks. You'll smell wild plants in the air. As you get close to each village, the views are amazing. Seeing the colorful houses show up as you walk the trail is like magic. Gap 2S. Bring your camera. Before you go hiking, make sure you're ready. Wear strong walking shoes that won't slip. The paths can be bumpy and rocky. Bring lots of water, especially when it's hot. Sunscreen and a hat are a good idea too. It's smart to check the official Cinque Terre National Park website. They have the latest news on which trails are open and what they're like. You might need to buy a Cinque Terre card. This card often lets you use the trails and trains. Hiking these old paths is an adventure you won't forget. It helps you feel really connected to the land and its past. Section 9. A taste of Liguria, Cinque Terre's food, wine and culture. The food in Cinque Terre is yummy and shows you what the land is like. It is simple, fresh and full of flavor. Food from this area, Liguria, uses lots of local stuff. Think fresh herbs, vegetables, olive oil and seafood. The most famous local food is pesto genovese, that yummy green sauce. This rich green sauce is made with basil. It also has pine nuts, garlic, Parmesan cheese and olive oil. You'll find pesto and pasta, like special kinds called trophy or trenette. It's a real taste of this area. You must try it. Seafood is a big star in Cinque Terre's food. The villagers have been fishing for a long, long time. You can eat fish that was just caught. Anchovies, little fish from Monterosso, are a special treat. They're often served salty, fried or soaked in yummy juices. Other popular foods are mussels, clams and octopus. Focaccia bread is another favorite food from this area. This flat bread often has olive oil and salt on top. Sometimes it has onions, olives or sage. It is perfect for a quick snack or enjoy it with a glass of local wine. Speaking of wine, Cinque Terre is famous for its grapes and winemaking. Those stepped vineyards make some special wines. The most famous is Cinque Terre. This is a sweet wine you drink after dinner. It is made from dried grapes. It's a pretty amber color and has lots of different tastes. It's perfect to sip slowly after you eat. The local white wine that's not sweet is called Cinque Terre d'Oc. It's light and makes you feel refreshed. It goes great with seafood. Making wine here is hard work, but people do it with love. The steep hills make picking grapes very hard. Life in Cinque Terre is slower. The people here care a lot about their old ways and their community. People here feel very close to their land and the sea. They work hard to keep their special history alive. This means taking care of the stone walls on the hills. It also means protecting the nature around them, which can be easily hurt. The Cinque Terre National Park is very important in helping do this. Visiting Cinque Terre is more than a vacation. You get to really experience a way of life that hasn't changed much over time. The old history and beautiful nature